Okay, so I just took these tests. I have been testing the last few days and it's been completely negative. I'm like right at the end of my cycle. I was expecting my period to start probably today or tomorrow. And we just got to our Airbnb for the night and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna test and just see how it is, even though it's like the end of the day, it's not the right time to test and everything. But I took this cheap one and I don't know if it will show up on camera, but there is an extremely faint line on it and I did not believe at all what I was seeing. I thought I was just seeing things. And so I decided to go ahead and do the first response. And so I did the first response and this one is clear as day, like completely positive. I am in shock. Like I just can't believe it. I totally thought that I was getting ready to start my period like anytime now, and I'm just completely shocked. So I will keep testing, I guess, over the next couple of days and see that hopefully these lines are getting darker. Okay, so it is the next day since the last clip where I got my first positive test. Today is August 11th. Yesterday was the first night that I tested. I actually had tested the few days prior to yesterday and they were completely negative. And every other pregnancy that I've had, I have 4 kids and I had a loss in between my second and third kids. All of them I have found out around day 25 of my cycle, and yesterday was day 29 of my cycle. So like I was not expecting it at all, and I was completely shocked when I found out, which is why I was not even filming or anything, because like I was 100% expecting it to be negative and I was completely shocked when it wasn't. Also, I'm not showing my face in this clip because I look and feel like a hot mess today. We traveled 11 hours yesterday from Portland, Oregon to, where were we even at yesterday? Ogden, Utah. And then we started this morning in Ogden, Utah, and right now I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I'm doing some tests now. I've already done this Pregmate one, and this one takes a really long time to process. So I went ahead and I did it. And you can see the line on it, if I can get it to focus. Okay, can you see that? So it's still super, super faint on this one, but it is a little bit darker than it was last night. And I know that nighttime is not the best time to test, but it's just with the way that our days have been with traveling, like this is just kind of the only time that I've had any time to do it. So, but anyways, the one on the Pregmate last night, the very first one that I took, it was almost non-existent. Like you could just barely see it at all. And so, I don't know, I was swearing that I saw something, and so I went ahead and I took the first response, which my first response from yesterday was completely clearly positive, where the Pregmate, you could just barely see it at all. So I would not buy the Pregmate tests again. I mean, technically they work, like I can see the line on this, but it's not very clear. So, and then I had like a whole bag of tests because if you've had a loss before, you know that you just can tend to have a lot of anxiety and you want to see your lines getting darker and stuff like that. So like I just have this whole bag of tests. So I had this one in my bag too, and so I took this morning, which is clearly positive. So that was really good to see. And right now I'm going to do another first response. I have not done a first response today, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the digital as well. So I'm gonna start with the first response here and did that first. Got my P over here, which I won't show, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's going across here. It always takes a minute to start going, I feel like. Here it comes. Please focus. All right, so that's going across. I can totally already see the other line on it, so that's really promising. First response is just the best. Like, if there's ever any doubt, or if you want to know as soon as possible, like, first response is where it's at. Can you see that? Like, I just dipped that, so that's awesome. So okay, I'm gonna set that down and let that develop for a minute, and I'm gonna get the digital started. The digital is just like the holy grail of pregnancy tests. And if this one, for some reason, doesn't come up as positive, then I'm gonna have to get another one, because this is the only one of these that I have. So you can see that it is currently blank. So I'm gonna dip it. All right, so this one is going. It has the timer thingy on it. Okay, so that is going. So we were trying this month. This will be our 5th baby, assuming the pregnancy goes well and everything. We were trying this month, but it's been like a weird month because for the last 2 weeks we've been on this road trip, and I wasn't like tracking ovulation or anything like that. We just were kind of gonna let it happen if it happened, and so like we weren't really tracking anything. And I must have just ovulated really late in my cycle, or later than I usually do, because I 100% thought that I was just about to start my period, because I had had all these negative tests and stuff, and then like right there on the last day when I was going to be expecting my period, I got the positive tests. So it's pretty surprising. But so there's the first response is coming in nicely there. It's hard to tell really if it's darker than yesterday's yet, but I think that they kind of keep developing as they go along. And again, so like there's the first response line, and this is from the same urine. Like here's the Pregmate, you can barely see it. Like it still just looks like a shadow. And this has been sitting now for probably an hour or so, because I took it right when we got here, and then I took a shower and stuff. And so you can see it, but it's just so faint still. So that's kind of disappointing about these. I've used a different brand in the past, and I was hoping these would be better, but they're just not really. So I would not recommend those. And now I'm on my last bar here, so hopefully. Oh wait, did it come up? Oh my goodness. There it is. There it is. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is honestly like crazy. We have had like, our first baby took 10 cycles to conceive, and that was with tracking everything. Anyways, it's just really incredible to see this on our very first only sort of try. Like I really can't believe it. So yeah, I'm going to, I still have like a bunch of first responses, and also unfortunately a lot of these Pregmate ones left. And so I'm gonna keep testing just to make sure that my lines are progressing. But so far, so good. I think that everything's looking good. I'm really looking forward to being home tomorrow so that I can kind of deal with this at home. But we're really so excited. I was so shocked last night when I found out. I didn't even first of all, I didn't even film it. And then second of all, I just like ran out and just told my husband, like I didn't film it, I didn't do anything cute or anything. I just like ran out and was just like, I'm pregnant. It wasn't as exciting as I had thought it would be. It's just, I kind of told him he's really excited, and yeah, so I think that my due date should be around April 19th of 2022. So we've yet to have an April baby, so that will be new. And I will keep posting updates on how my pregnancy is going, and probably do some just some updates as we go along, trimester updates or whatever. And I'm looking forward to recording everything. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on this journey, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just